boys and girls. So now, once you finished making your bird feeder from scratch, you're gonna have to fill it, right? Remember we talked the other day about bird seed and where you can get bird seed. So in our classroom, we're using this songbird blend that I got at Target. But I also saw that at the grocery store the other day, there's songbird blend and wild bird blend at the grocery store that mom or dad could order when they order groceries or pick up groceries. Or you can see if they could get it sent to you from one of the garden stores or from Amazon. There's lots of places that you can get it delivered to you if you don't already have it. So you're gonna have your container with some bird seed. Remember our scoop? Well, if I try and put my bird seed into that tiny little hole, what's gonna happen? You're right, it's gonna go everywhere, right? So, first of all, I like to stick my container inside. Now, we're gonna have to use a special tool. And I've got a couple here. Now, if mom and dad like to cook, they might already have a funnel. This is a narrow mouth one. This is a wide mouth one, so you could use those. Those are probably the easiest. But if not, then you might have to make your own special kind of scoop. So this is just like a little cup, a little prep cup, and you can squeeze it. So the nice thing is you can fill it up with birdseed and then squeeze it to pour in. Let me show you. So now I have it. I'm going to squeeze it to create my spout. That way a lot more birdseed goes in. Or if you don't have a cup like this and you need to make your own, ask mom and dad if you can borrow a piece of foil, right? So I just took a little piece of foil and I folded it in half and then again to quarters. And then I'm going to pinch one side and pull those corners up so that it kind of almost creates like a little cone, right? So then when you go to scoop, you've got your bird seed in there and you can kind of squeeze it a little bit and scoop it in. So that's how you fill up your bird feeder. Now, Anna, who is my handy camerographer, wanted me to tell you about some of the other ones that I made that we're going to use in our house. So this one is kind of nice because it's an upside down filler. So instead of filling it from the top, you're going to fill it from the bottom. You just take the lid off, use your regular size scoop, and it has a nice wide mouth, which is easier for filling. So fill it up with as much bird seed as you want. Put your lid back on, turn it upside down. All right, and now the birds can land on the perch and stick their beak in, right? You may just have to check it often and make sure you keep it nice and full. Right? Now with this kind of bird feeder, if you're using a box or a bowl or a plate, it works really well. I've made a little perch to go through, but what's gonna happen is sometimes the squirrels and chipmunks will also get to that. That's why we like to make little holes in our bird feeders, right? Because it makes it a little bit harder for the squirrels to get to, but they're pretty good at getting into stuff. So you may just have to fill these up a little bit more often and know that you're just feeding more than birds. And that's okay too, right? With this one, it doesn't have a lid, right? So it's gonna get lots of rain in it. Just be careful. You might wanna almost poke a few holes in the bottom, right? I made it with some tape. Fill the bottom of the toilet paper holder, and that way the water can drain out, right? Because again, you don't want that bird seed to get moldy, right? And then with something like this, or maybe like a milk carton, it's kind of nice because you can make a bigger hole that's easier to fill. And all sorts of birds of different sizes can get their beak in there. Anyway, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, what interesting containers you use. Just make sure that you really ask mom and dad for help when you're using those sharp scissors. They can help you out with that, and probably with when you're threading the thread through, okay? So have fun with your bird feeder challenge. Miss you guys, see you soon.